Okay, imagine this scenario for a second. You've spent ages putting together your ultimate entertainment setup. You've got the latest gaming console, maybe a really good Blu-ray player, a couple of streaming boxes, perhaps even a media server loaded with films. All great sources. Now, picture screens. Not just one, maybe a huge one in the living room, a projector for, that dedicated home cinema feel. Then maybe a smaller TV in the kitchen, even one out on the patio for like summer evenings. So how on earth do you get any of those sources, say the console, to any of those screens? And maybe send the streaming box to another screen at the same time, independently, without, a complete rat's nest of cables or constantly swapping plugs. I remember those days. Chaos. Well, today we're going to take a deep dive into the hardware that makes this kind of magic actually happen. It's called an HDMI Matrix Switch. Specifically, we're unpacking this one, the WolfPack 4K 60Hz 16x16 HDMI Matrix Switch with RL and SPDIF audio and Atmos. Yeah, it's a mouthful. But our mission here is basically to cut through the specs, pull out the key bits of info.
So you really get what this device is, what it can do, and why it's such a powerful tool. Whether you're into serious home theaters, commercial AV, or just curious about managing complex signals. Okay, so let's really break this down. What is an HDMI matrix switch at its core? Think of it like Grand Central Station for all your AV signals. And this 16x16 part, that's key. It tells you the scale straight away. 16 HDMI 2.0 inputs and 16 HDMI 2.0 outputs. Now, this is where it gets really cool. It enables true many-to-many routing. It's not just like a simple switch picking one source for your TV. No. This lets any of those 16 sources, like your Xbox, go to any of the 16 displays. Or you could send that same Xbox feed to, say, 3 screens simultaneously while your Blu-ray player goes to a 4th screen. All independent. It's the central brain.
Right. And what's really fascinating, I think, is the sheer flexibility. It's just way beyond what most people typically deal with at home.
Yeah.
A basic HDMI splitter, it just mirrors one source to multiple screens, same picture everywhere.
Yeah, pretty limited.
And a simple switch just lets you choose input A or input B for one TV, this 16x16 matrix. It pushes you into these truly customized, dynamic AV environments. Honestly, achieving this kind of independent routing, especially with audio too, across so many zones, historically, that meant incredibly complex custom installs. We're talking serious money, tens of thousands easily. This kind of device, well, it brings that professional level control much closer to reality for more people. It really democratizes advanced AV distribution.
Okay, and it's not just about routing, it's about quality, right?
Nah.
Let's talk video. This WolfPack switch handles top-tier stuff. It supports 4K at 60 Hz YUV, 4.4.4, 18 GBPs, 8 bits. That sounds technical.
It does, but it breaks down easily.
So what does that actually mean for the viewer?
Okay, 4K at 60 Hz. That's your ultra-high definition resolution, running at a super smooth 60 frames per second, crucial for sports, for gaming.
Right, no jotter.
Exactly. And YUV 4.4.4. That basically means full, uncompressed color information, no shortcuts. You get all the color data the source provides.
Okay.
And 18 GBPs. That's the bandwidth, the data highway, needed to carry that high-res, high-frame-rate, full-color signal without any compression or loss.
So pristine picture. And it mentions HDMI 2.0 and HTCP 2.21.4 compliance. That's important, isn't it?
Absolutely critical. HDMI 2.0 is the standard that enabled things like 4K at 60 Hz and that 18 GBPs bandwidth, and HDCP. That's high bandwidth digital content protection. It's the encryption, the digital handshake.
Like copy protection stuff.
Precisely. Without HDCP 2.2 compliance, forget about watching protected 4K Blu-rays or most 4K streaming services. You just get a black screen or maybe an error message. So yeah, essential.
Got it. And it also supports HDR formats, Dolby Vision, HDR10, HLG.
Yes. And this is where the visual experience really elevates. High dynamic range. HDR, we're not just talking more pixels like with 4K itself. We're talking better pixels.
Better pixels. How so?
Well, HDR delivers significantly higher contrast. Think much brighter whites and highlights alongside deeper, richer blacks, all in the same scene. Plus, a much wider range of colors than standard dynamic range video. It's far more lifelike.
Ah, okay, so it looks more like what the human eye actually sees.
Exactly. You're seeing the content much closer to how the creators intended it. Stunning clarity, vibrant color, real depth. It's incredibly immersive.
Okay, this next feature sounds super practical. 4K downscale to 1080p, but only for specific outputs. This sounds like it solves a common problem.
Oh, it's a huge problem solver. Absolutely critical in mixed resolution setups.
Right, like if you have a fancy new 4K TV in the living room, but maybe an older, perfectly good 1080p screen in the bedroom?
Yeah. Precisely that scenario. Without downscaling, the whole system often defaults to the lowest common denominator. So your expensive 4K source gets dumbed down to 1080p for every display just to make it compatible with that one older screen.
Ouch. That kind of defeats the purpose of having the 4K gear.
Totally. But with this feature, the Matrix is smart. It can take that 4K signal and specifically downscale it to 1080p only for the output going to the 1080p display. Meanwhile, all your 4K screens continue to receive the full, glorious 4K signal.
So everyone gets the best picture their screen can handle. That's clever.
Very clever, and saves a ton of compatibility headaches.
Okay, visuals covered, but immersion, that's sight and sound, isn't it? And this WolfPack device seems to go way beyond just passing audio along with the video. This is where it gets really interesting for me. It talks about supporting high-res audio like LPCM up to 7.1, and importantly, Dolby Atmos and DTS:X Atmos up to 192 kHz.
Yeah.
But the kicker seems to be this advanced audio matrix. What's that about?
Right, this is a major feature. It means that audio routing is independent of the video routing.
So wait, you can send the video from one source to one screen, but the audio from that same source somewhere else entirely.
Exactly. That's the power of the audio matrix. It has 16 analog audio outputs and 16 SPDIF digital audio outputs that correspond to the HDMI outputs, but can be routed flexibly.
Wow. Okay, give me an example.
All right, imagine you're watching a big game. Source is input 1. Video goes to the main living room TV, output 1. But maybe you want the game's audio commentary playing through ceiling speakers in the kitchen, connected via SPDIF output 2, maybe? While someone else watches a movie with its own audio in the living room using the main speaker.
Okay, hang on. So game video on TV 1, game audio on kitchen speakers, while a movie is also playing on TV 1 with its audio through the main surround sound. Or did I misunderstand?
Good point. Let's clarify. You'd typically route one source's video and its corresponding audio to the main system. So game video to TV 1, game audio to the living room surround sound. But you could also route that same game's audio independently to the kitchen speakers via, say, SPDIF output 1, even if the kitchen TV output 2 is showing something completely different, maybe cable news from input 2.
Okay, so one source's audio can go to multiple zones, even if the video isn't going there.
Precisely. Or think zoned music. Maybe you pipe Spotify audio from input 3 to the patio speakers, analog output 5, while the kids watch cartoons, input 4, on the playroom TV, output 6, with its own soundbar, all managed centrally.
That is incredibly flexible. And the Dolby Atmos DTS:X support.
That's key for modern home cinema. It allows for true three-dimensional audio, including height channels, sound coming from above you. It's incredibly immersive for movies and even some games.
Right, the overhead sound effects.
And having analog audio volume control on those outputs, level 1 to 10, gives you some basic zone volume trimming right from the matrix itself.
Okay, managing all this, 16 inputs, 16 outputs, separate audio. It sounds like it could get complicated. How do you actually control the thing? Looks like there are quite a few options. Panel button with LCD, okay, direct control.
Yeah.
IR remote control, standard enough. But then RS-232 control and TCP/IP control. That sounds more advanced.
It is. RS-232 is a common serial control standard, often used for integration with dedicated control systems. But TCP/IP control is really powerful, especially nowadays. It means the matrix switch can be put on your network.
So you can control it via software or integrate it into a smart home system like Control4 or Crestron.
Exactly. You can manage the entire AV distribution system remotely, maybe from a tablet, or set up automated scenes and schedules. Imagine movie night automatically routing the Blu-ray player to the projector and setting the Atmos audio path.
Nice. That takes away the complexity for the end user.
It does. And another subtle but vital feature listed here is smart EDID management.
EDID. I've heard of that. Remind me what it does.
EDID stands for Extended Display Identification Data. Basically, it's how your TV or projector tells the source device, like your Blu-ray player or the Matrix Switch, what it's capable of displaying.
Like resolutions, refresh rates, audio formats.
Exactly. But sometimes, with lots of devices connected, EDID communication can get confused. You might get a black screen, the wrong resolution, or no audio. Smart EDID management means the Matrix actively manages these communications. It can learn, store, or even force specific EDID settings to ensure the source sends a compatible signal that the display can actually handle reliably.
So it smooths out potential glitches between different pieces of gear.
Pretty much. It's one of those background features that prevents a lot of frustrating troubleshooting. Really crucial for stability in a complex setup.
And good to see it has firmware updating via RS-232. Means it's not obsolete the moment you buy it. Can potentially get fixes or new features down the line.
Definitely a sign of a well-supported professional product.
Okay, let's talk about the physical side. This thing looks substantial.
Ah.
5U rack design metal case, 2 mounting ears. So this isn't something you just pop on a shelf next to your TV, is it?
Not really, no. 5U means it takes up 5 vertical units of space in a standard 19-inch equipment rack. It's designed for clean, professional installation, usually hidden away in an AV closet or rack with other gear. Keeps things tidy and secure.
And the weight, 12 pounds, and the dimensions.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a serious piece of kit. Metal case suggests it's built tough.
Absolutely, it feels very solid. And the specs back that up for reliability, too. Look at the operating temperature range, negative 5 to plus 40 degrees, and humidity tolerance 5 to 90% RH, no condensation. That tells you it's designed to work consistently in various environments, not just a perfectly climate-controlled room, maybe a slightly warmer equipment closet, for example.
And it mentions a 1-year warranty and TAA compliant. What's
TAA compliance means it meets the requirements of the U.S. Trade Agreements Act. It basically certifies that it's manufactured or substantially transformed in the U.S. or a designated country. It's often a requirement for U.S. government procurement and generally seen as an indicator of quality control and supply chain security. Often points towards professional or commercial grade gear.
Okay, and the price reflects that, listed at $1,700. So definitely an investment.
It is, but you're paying for that 16x16 flexibility, the 4K 60 Hz HDR video handling, the independent audio matrix, the robust build, and the advanced control options. It's professional-grade capability.
So boiling it all down, what does this all mean for you, the listener? Who is this kind of device actually for? It seems like it's aimed squarely at people who need serious, flexible AV distribution, like custom installers building high-end home cinemas.
Definitely. Or integrators setting up systems in, say, sports bars where you need multiple games on multiple screens, maybe different audio zones.
Restaurants, conference centers, classrooms.
Exactly. Anywhere you have multiple sources needing to go to multiple displays independently with high-quality video and potentially complex audio routing.
Or maybe even, the really serious home enthusiast building a sophisticated multi-room entertainment system. Someone who wants total control.
There too. If you have the need and the budget, it provides that ultimate control and flexibility for distributing top-quality video and audio wherever you want it.
It really solves that complex distribution problem elegantly.
It does. And for someone learning about this stuff, I think it really drives home how these complex challenges, managing 16 screens, different audio needs, can actually be streamlined. It gives you that aha moment about integrated systems.
Yeah.
This one box becomes the central hub, making something potentially chaotic feel manageable and incredibly powerful. It's a great example of pro-level AV distribution tech.
Okay, so that was our deep dive into the WolfPack 4K 60Hz 16x16 HDMI Matrix Switch. We've seen its power in delivering top-notch 4K video with HDR, its really sophisticated audio matrixing for flexible, immersive sound, and the versatile ways you can control it all.
It's quite a piece of engineering.
So as we wrap up, here's something to maybe chew on.
If one device like this can manage, 16 sources and 16 destinations with such precision, blending high-end video and complex audio so seamlessly, what does that suggest about the future? Think beyond just home entertainment or bars. What about complex information displays in smart cities? Or routing critical high-resolution medical images instantly to different specialists?
Or large-scale digital signage command centers.
Right. How might this kind of centralized, flexible, high-fidelity signal management change how we interact with visual and auditory information on a larger scale in the coming years?
Definitely something interesting to think about as you plan your own dream setup or just consider where AV